Hey everybody. Sorry, running a little bit behind here. I was on a Zoom. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to our regular Monday Night Logan Lives. Pardon the delay. I'm going to give you full disclosure as to what I was actually doing here in just a second. All right, appreciate you all tuning in. We'll wait a second while people come on. Those of you new to this, when you come on, say where you're from. Michael Keenan, good to see you from the Jersey Shore. I am on my public figure page, right? This isn't my personal page, is it? Somebody give me a thumbs up if this is the @Logan R. Stout Facebook page. Look at my quarantine hair. Look at this. I got like... Man, it's interesting. Hello from Wisconsin. Good to see you. I'm excited about the topic tonight. Grab pen and paper. We're going to get after it. Grab pen and paper. We're going to get after it. Hey, Delaney, good to see you. Cindy, good to see you. My sweet wife is watching. Haley Allender Stout. I bet her and the boys are in there watching. You know, y'all could just come in here and watch it right here live if you wanted to. You couldn't do that because the boys would go crazy. Good to see you. Hey. Okay, good. So we're good. All right, let people know we're on. Sorry, I was delayed 2 minutes. We were actually outside playing headbands. If you know that the game headbands. Yeah. So we're in the middle. I think we were on Owl. Cooper was trying to guess Owl. So I got lost track, but we had to wrap up. Jeremy, Trisha, Cindy, Hector, Sean, good to see everybody. Stephanie, great to see you. Hey, listen, tonight's topic's going to be big. So grab pen and paper, text some people, say, hey, hop on @Logan R. Stout. We're going to get on this. Of course, you can always let people know after the fact. I know most of you watch this on replay, so thank you for that. It's really cool. It's been very humbling to see how many people tune into these, and which is great, because anytime you try to add value and give content, you hope people like it, right? And so, you know, for those of you new to these, like, these are non-scripted, you know. My heart to your ears, trying to give you applicable, practical, relevant leadership, success, mindset topics to help you do life better. And so, pardon the casualness, but for those of you that may watch this a while from now, we're in the middle of the quarantine of the pandemic of COVID-19. I pray that all of you are okay and everything's okay on your end with that. I know there are people affected financially, physically, emotionally, relationally, all kinds of things. And so, praying you guys are good. Bill's got pen and paper ready. Good, Bill. Come here, buddy. Real quick, hurry. Amanda, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. My old 24-hour fitness friend. Amanda, look at this guy. There's Miles right there. There's one of my twins. He was at the door. All right, you want to stay here while I roll, or what do you want to do? I'm about to get into this.
I was going to say that Mom commented while she was in the kitchen.
Oh, she commented? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
It said cooking.
Okay, shut the door there. Love you, brother. I love you. No, I love you more. I got this when they say I love you more.
I love you more.
It's not possible. I own this. You don't own this. All right, let me get out. I got to train. Pen and paper. Everybody grab pen and paper. Out. Pen and paper. Here we go. All right. Donna, good to see you. Holly, good to see you. Hope Stan's doing well. Hey, listen, this is going to be big. So the topic tonight on Logan Live. Let me lower this a little bit so y'all can see me better. There we go. The topic tonight on Logan Live. Okay? How to seize a defining moment. All right, there are moments in time that either set you back, and there are moments in times that absolutely catapult you to new heights, okay? I'm going to tell you what inspired this. 24 minutes ago, right before I got on, we were on the phone with Nan. That's my wife's grandmother, and she's 98 years old, and she was on speakerphone. She's 98 years young. She was on speakerphone, and she said, I'm just happy to live through this pandemic. That's what she said. Like, her attitude was awesome. And she goes, I lived through World War II. I'm going to live through this too. Right? It was awesome. And I was just thinking of these defining moments in time. Like, imagine, being around during World War II, right? I mean, and not to make light of this situation, obviously, but they're different. I think we can all agree on that. And I just started thinking, okay, that's gonna be the subject tonight. How to seize a defining moment. And I'm not going to talk about coronavirus or any of that stuff. I'm going to talk about seizing a defining moment, and here's why. Opportunities don't go away. They simply go to someone who seizes them. And many times people miss opportunity, not because the opportunity wasn't legit, not because that moment in time couldn't have changed their lives. It's rather because their mindset wasn't in a position to seize the moment. Right? Their mindset wasn't there. I'll give you an example. It's like being on the best vacation in the world with the people you love the most and being on your phone the whole time. There were defining moments on that vacation where you could have connected with your spouse, your kids, whatever it is, and you're sitting there connected to a phone. You missed it, right? I'll give you an example. My wife, we were in St. Martin not too long ago, and we're sitting on the back of a friend's boat, and we're looking out, and man, this dolphin just... And my rule when we go on vacation is I leave my phone in the room. I don't take it with me. And I saw that dolphin leap out and it was the most beautiful thing, right? I got to see a defining moment of that trip that we talk about to this day. Remember seeing the dolphins jumping out, right? But I could have been down on my phone and missed the entire thing. Like it never happened, right? I'm going to give you some real applicable things that can explode your business, that can explode your relationships, that can explode everything you've got going on right now, okay? And I want you to listen to these because these aren't opinions, these are statements of truth. The difference between an opinion and a law, okay? An opinion, A law, it is what it is, right? It's kind of like the law of gravity. They don't call it the opinion of gravity, right? It's not called the opinion of gravity. You don't go, climb up the top of the house and jump off and I may or may not fall. No, you're going to fall. It's a law. It's a law. You're falling, right? It's the law of gravity. Okay? Here's some laws to seizing a defining moment in your life, okay? Number one, you have to establish the purpose for the moment. You have to establish a defining moment. Okay? For some of you, it's financial. For some of you, it's physical. For some of you, it's relational. For some of you, it's mental. For some of you, it's spiritual. Whatever it may be for you, right? You have to establish a purpose. And here's the deal. As Simon Sinek from the book of, I forget, I got it up here somewhere. Start with why. He calls it your why. It might be backwards on here, but start with why. Okay? You have to establish a clear purpose. And I'm going to tell you why your purpose is so important. Some of you are entrepreneurs, you're business owners, you're whatever it may be. Your purpose is your body armor to fend off all discouragement, all frustration, anything that could sidetrack you from hitting your bullseye for starting in the first place, right? Your purpose is what's going to keep you on track. Your purpose is your GPS. Your purpose is that small voice in your head when you start going the wrong direction. It says, make a U-turn, right? Your purpose is that GPS in your brain that tells you exit now. In 0.2 miles, turn right, right? Your purpose is what's going to keep you on the road to why you got on the journey in the first place. See, the reason most people don't seize a defining moment is they either don't establish a clear purpose, they have no identity wrapped in that purpose, or they forgot that purpose. They didn't make that purpose at their forefront. And so it is so critically important, if you want to seize a defining moment in your life, that you get locked in on that purpose. What is it? If you're starting a home-based business, maybe your purpose is to get out of debt. Maybe your purpose, is to build a retirement that you can actually count on. I don't know what it is, right? If you're an athlete, a lot of athletes watch these. If your purpose is to be a professional baseball player, right? Your season's derailed right now, okay? Spring training got halted. Okay, don't forget your purpose. Don't get into your comfort zone of playing, video games all day long versus training and getting your proper sleep and getting in the gym and doing a lot of college athletes watch these. A lot of high school athletes watch these, right? There's a great example. Okay, purpose. Number one, you have to, your purpose has to be non-negotiable. Okay, before I get to number two, I want to make sure your purpose has to be non-negotiable. You have to be all in on that purpose. You have to fight for that purpose. Let no one rob your purpose. Okay. The second thing, if you want to seize the defining moment in your life, it's extremely important, okay, to think in best case, worst case scenario. And just hear me out. In life, we tend to overvalue what we lose and undervalue what we have to gain. Okay? In life, we typically overvalue, what we just lost, and undervalue what we have to gain. Undervalue the potential of what could be, of what could happen. Okay? I'm a best case, worst case guy, right? That's how I kind of look at things. Okay, what's the worst possible outcome here? Okay? Now, what's the best possible outcome? Now, this applies differently in different situations, and I get that, which is going to lead to number 3. This is kind of a 2B, 2A and 2B, okay? So look at best case, worst case, right? Could be a business deal, right? I was just on a Zoom with a bunch of millennials, and we were talking about a business deal. I said, guys, worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario. Let's say you spend a few $100, you get a bunch of great stuff for the few $100, and you get a significant discount the rest of your life. Worst case scenario. Now let's look at best case scenario. So best case scenario is unlimited. What if you got out of debt? What if you built a retirement? Right? What if you're able to have time freedom and do that? So we talked about best case. You got to think in that. Because what happens is the longer we think about something, the more we think about what we could lose. You'll never win thinking about what you could lose. All right, 2B. So number 1, purpose. 2A, think best case, worst case. 2B, focus on what you want. You can't climb Success Mountain while focusing on where you could fall. Have you ever seen a mountain climber look down at where they could fall while they were climbing the mountain? No, I haven't either. Okay? Have you ever seen a sprinter turned around backwards at where they started? No, they're focused on where they're going. Like, listen, family, a ship captain, right? He's not ignoring the waves coming at him and staring at what just, no, look at that. Look how great that was back there. No, they're focused on where they're going. I've said this a million times. I'll say it again. The rear view mirror is this big for a reason. The windshield out the front's huge for a reason, right? Like, you have to focus on what you want and where you're going if you ever expect to seize the moment. Too many people are paranoid by the past and what they're leaving and blah, blah, blah. Listen, you're not going to win that way. You're not going to win. You're not going to seize a defining moment by what happened. You have to seize the defining moment by what's happening. Hear me, baseball players. You can't sit there and worry about the call the umpire just made. If you're thinking about the call the umpire just made or the swing you just had, you're going to miss out on the swing you could have had. Right? An infielder, you can't focus on the error you just made. Right? You have to focus on the play you're about to make. Right? You have to think about this. Like, guys, super achievers have a short-term memory. Right? They're able to flush it and focus on where they're going. So that's 2B. If you want to seize a defining moment, and again, listen, I could go on for hours on this stuff. I'm just trying to give you some bullet points. Those of you new to Logan Lives, these are usually 15 to 20 minutes of just some content that's relevant, right? All right. So the next one. You have to be decisive. If you want to seize a defining moment, you have to be decisive. You have to be decisive. Overthinking leads to stinking thinking. One of the biggest things that corrupts leaders, managers, is they overthink. Paralysis by analysis. As my dear friend John Maxwell says, he goes, listen, if you want to win, it can't be ready, aim. No, super achievers, it's ready, fire, then aim. Readjust, reload, aim again. Right? Like, and nothing's going to be perfect. Too many people wait till they have all the answers to move forward. They wait till everything's perfect to move forward. Listen, I fly all the time. Okay? I'm on planes all the time. It's been nice during this quarantine to not be, honestly. It's been kind of cool. It's been weird, really. And I've loved my time with my kids. When I get off here, I'm going to go have dinner with my family. We're going to swim. It's going to be great. But the point is this. I've never once gotten on an airplane and asked the captain, hey, captain, hey, listen, man, before we take off, I need you to explain every detail of this plane to me. I need to have an absolute clear understanding of every single component of this plane before we're willing to take off, okay? I got my pen and paper. Go ahead and explain. I need everything. No, you go sit down, you fasten your seatbelt, you take off. Plane lands, you get off the plane, you go where you're going. Like, it's hilarious to me how people want great results, and yet they think, it's just stupid thinking. If you want to seize a defining moment, here's what you have to understand. Those defining moments aren't there forever. It's a defining moment. It's a moment in time that you can seize. Overthinking means it's gone. Can't overthink. Okay, number 1, clear purpose. Number 2, think best case, worst case. Number 3, Focus on what you want versus on what you don't want. Okay? Number 4. Okay? Be decisive. Be decisive. Right? Trust your gut. You can't lie to your heart. Be decisive. Go. Okay. Number 5. To seize a defining moment, it requires sacrifice. Period. Even lottery winners have to go buy the stinking lottery ticket. Okay? I mean, even lottery winners, which I hate the lottery mindset. I'm not anti-lottery. I'm just saying I hate the lottery mindset. I wrote about that in my first book. By the way, thank you for everybody that have bought Grit Factor, my new book. It's in pre-release. It's bookstores, Amazon worldwide in the fall, but pre-release at loganstout.com right now, and I'm autographing every one of them. And so thank you for all that you purchased. We had like 2,000 orders the first day, which is such a blessing. Thank you for that. It means a lot. Like, it means the world to me. And I have no doubt that book's going to add value. And when you get the book, will you please tag me on social media, and I'll repost it and all that type of stuff. And then we're doing a deal where the team is looking for all the folks that post, and I'm going to call you out of nowhere. I'm going to reach out to you, and we're going to do a little 30-minute whatever you want to talk about, right? We can talk about whatever. So stay tuned for that. Okay. It's going to take sacrifice. If you want to win and seize a defining moment, you're going to have to be willing to sacrifice. Here's what I tell people. Tell me what you really want in life, and I'll believe you when your actions back it up. Tell me what you really want in life, and I'll believe you when your actions back it up. Don't tell me you want to lose 20 pounds and your actions don't indicate that. Don't tell me you want to get out of debt and your actions don't indicate that. Don't tell me you want great relationships and your actions don't indicate that. Don't tell me you want to be closer to God and your actions don't indicate that. I'm not being mean. I'm speaking with you. I'm your friend. I'm your friend. A fan tells you what you want to hear. A friend tells you what you need to hear. I'm your friend. Okay? I'm your friend. Right? It's going to require sacrifice. It's going to require sacrifice. Anything that's worth it requires giving up something good for something great. Anything that's worth it requires giving up something bad for something good. Anything that's worth it requires sacrifice. So my challenge to you, last week we talked about recalibrate. Those of you new to Logan Lives, we leave them up here so you to see here on @LoganR Stout, my public figure Facebook page. You can go back and watch the other ones. We talked about recalibrate previously. But I just think people want the end result, but they're not willing to sacrifice to get the end result. If you want to seize a defining moment, it's going to take sacrifice. Anything that's worthwhile, anything that's worth it is going to take longer, cost you more, and be more stressful than you ever imagined. And that's how you know it's worth it. That's how you know it's worth it. It's a litmus test, right? Like think of all the people that have tried to climb a mountain. How many actually got to the top of the mountain? Very few. Very few, right? But every person that got to the top, they had no regrets. They got up there and they went, wow. Right? Like, listen, you have to understand. Like, seizing a defining moment is not for the weak. It's not for the timid. It's for those that have a clear purpose. It's for those that see the best case. It's those that focus on what they want. It's those that are decisive. And it's for those that are willing to sacrifice for that. 3 more. Number 6. You seizing a defining moment in your life is going to require massive action. Kind of goes along with sacrifice. It's going to take massive action. The person at the top of Success Mountain didn't just fall there, okay? Wow, this is, right? Like the people that accomplished all their dreams and goals in life, when interviewed, they didn't go, it was a lot easier than I thought it would. Said no one ever, okay? It's tough, right? It's tough, okay? Right? So don't go into it like if you want to be the heavyweight champion, right? In MMA or boxing, you're not getting into the ring against the person you're contending against for the belt. Going, this looks pretty easy. Yeah, it's pretty, Like, come on, man, right? Like, come on. We're all better than this. We got to think better than this, okay? Massive action. Logan, what does massive action mean? Don't overthink. Be decisive. Understand your purpose. Best case scenario, right? Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Okay? Massive action. Number 7. It's going to require you to be consistent. If you want to seize a defining moment, you have to be consistent, right? You have to be consistent, right? Remember, it's not the time in the day, it's what you put into the time each day. We're all a byproduct of our daily routine. What we do daily, right? Let me clarify this. I think this is going to be good. I think this will resonate. How do I want to word this? Super achievers do daily what everyone else does occasionally. Write that down. Super achievers do daily what everyone else does occasionally. You got to be consistent. Consistency is the bridge between who you are and who you're capable of becoming. It's the bridge between where you are and what you're capable of gaining. You have to be consistent day in, day out, day in, day out. How do you know you're being consistent? Listen, this is big. I learned this in my journey early on in my entrepreneurial career. You know you're being consistent when this moment comes and you go, I feel like I've done this every day. Where what was once a little bit exciting, it becomes mundane. And you literally say to yourself, I feel like I've said this over and over again every day. Bingo. Successful people do daily what everyone else does occasionally. I think it's really important you understand that. It's gonna take doing some mundane things, right, to accomplish defining things. Last one, and this might be the most important. I don't want to say this. Quitting cannot be an option. For you to seize a defining moment, quitting cannot be an option. The way I look at it is if you just fail long enough, you're going to succeed. Okay? If you just fail long enough, you're going to win. That has to be your mindset. Right? Like, listen, those that are successful most of the time, it's not because they were better. It's because they stuck with it longer. That's the truth about a defining moment, right? They just simply wouldn't quit. They wouldn't give up. I mean, that's the deal. They just simply would not give in to adversity. They would not give in to discouragement. Their purpose was going to override all that, right? They understood the best case was far better than the worst case. They focused on what they wanted versus what they could lose. They were decisive, right? They said, listen, I'm going to burn the boats, cut the ties. I'm going to step into a new life, right? It's one of my favorite songs, right? Some of you got to burn the boats, man. Some of you got your safety raft, hooked up to the dock. So if something doesn't go well, you can just hop in and float away. Listen, some of you have your little toe dipped in the water. Yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah. Just jump in, right? I love the statement. I'm not waiting for my ship to come in. I'm going to jump into the water and swim out to it. I'm going to go capture my ship, right? And that needs to be some of you, right? You're going to sacrifice. You're going to have to stand. You have to give up the good so you can have the great. Give up the great so you can have the best. Sacrifice. I've seen more people fired up about a TV show than they are getting out of debt. I've seen more people fired up, right? I'm just being honest with you. I've seen more people fired up. I love Michael Jordan. Listen to me. I absolutely love my best basketball player of all time, in my opinion, period. This whole deal documentary came out on ESPN. People literally, I got to watch that. No, you don't have to watch that. Not right this second. Guess what? It's going to be on Netflix. You can watch it 24/7, 365, anytime you want. Right? Like, don't give up a valuable hour, right? At 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, whatever time, that you could be working something, doing something, being with your family, doing something that really matters in life, right? Versus watching a guy who retired years ago. I'm going to watch the documentary. And guess when I'm going to watch it? When I'm on an airplane. Put my earbuds in. I'm going to watch the Netflix deal. I'm going to watch it. Okay? I'm going to watch it at that point in time. I'm not going to give up my Sunday night with my family to watch Michael Jordan's legacy thing. Again, no disrespect. Okay? I love Jordan. And I'm not trying to be mean to you right now. That's not what I'm trying to say. If you're in debt, if you don't have a retirement you can count on, if you don't have a life that you absolutely love, turn the stupid TV off. Sacrifice. Go do what you want to do, then own a TV station, for God's sakes. Right? Like, you have to start thinking differently. Think differently. And I'm getting on a rampage here, but I'll stop. I'll relax. You got my point. Okay? Is the Michael Jordan, pardon me. Michael Jordan, was it phenomenal? I heard it was phenomenal. I saw it over Twitter. It was amazing, unbelievable. I saw people posting on Twitter who can't pay their bills talking about how that video, that documentary was amazing. And they've already blocked off next Sunday night so they can watch the next episode. Stupid. Sorry. I'm just calling it what it is. I'm your friend. Friend tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I mean, come on, people. Like, I want to text me, goes, Michael Jordan paying your bills? Is ESPN paying your bills? Are they paying your bills? Are they helping you get, right? You have residual debt. What are you doing to create residual income? What are you doing to get out of that situation, right? Now, I know some of you are going, Logan, this is a little harsh, man. Like, that's my breakaway. I've been working all day, right? Like, that's my escape so I can recalibrate my brain and just go, okay, that's fine. Listen, I'm not judging you. I get it. I totally get it. And that could be applicable, no doubt. Here's what I'm going to say about sacrifice. If you want to get what you want in life, if you want to seize a defining moment, okay, you have to eliminate any application of an excuse. You have to eliminate excuses, right? You have to literally take every valid excuse, because excuses can be valid, there's no doubt, but you have to be willing to eliminate the validity of the excuse. And guess what will happen? You'll build a life that you don't need any excuses for. I'm going to make sure you heard me on that. When you wrap your brain around, I'll never make an excuse again, you'll be on your path to building a life where you'll never need an excuse again. Fail long enough, family. Just fail long enough until you succeed. Don't quit. Listen, I love you. I love you with all my heart. I thank you for giving me the gift of your time, something you can't get back. My hope and prayers I can add value to you on these Logan Lives on Monday nights. Every Monday night, 8 p.m. Central on my @Logan R. Stout Facebook page. I hope you'll let the world know, because we just want to bring real, authentic value add to people's lives. And I hope you put it in your calendar as a reminder, and we'll show up. Every once in a while I can't be on, but most of the time I am. And I hope people can see this. I love you all very, very much. And by the way, yes, I am going to watch Michael Jordan's documentary, but on my time, right? When there's no distractions. So don't take that the wrong way. I hope MJ, if you're watching this, which he's not, but if you are, I love you. All right. So with that being said, I love you guys with all my heart. Have a great night. God bless. See you soon.